Welcome to the favorite spot where learning's never tough.
So you are welcome to Excellent Touch Tutorials, and I am Sir Isaac. In my previous video, I discussed about understanding the SI unit system. If you have not watched it, please use the link to access it and to watch it. In this video, I'm going to be sharing on conversion of units from one unit of a physical quantity to another unit of that physical quantity. So now let's get started. So what is conversion of units? Conversion of units is the process of changing units of a measurement from one unit to another while keeping the same value of quantity. Conversion of units is very important in our everyday life, in science, in engineering, in business or trade, where different units are used for various purposes. Conversion of unit is necessary because various fields and various regions use different units for the same physical quantity. For example, both centimeters and inches are used as units of measuring length. So conversion helps us to know the equivalent of a measurement taken in centimeters in inches and the equivalence of a measurement taken in inches in centimeters, as the case may be. Yard as a unit of measurement of length is used in the textile industry even till today. Inches and feet as unit of length are used in most construction companies. For example, the Woodward Construction Company. Centimeters as a unit of length is used in the laboratories, and meters is used in games and athletics as a unit of length. Miles as a unit of length, and pounds as a unit of measuring mass or weight in some parts of the UK and then in the US today. So conversion simplify complex calculations and make them more convenient. An example is converting between the unit of time, like converting from hour to minute or from minute to hour. Now, if someone tells you that the event took a quarter of an hour, that may seem more complex to understand. But a quarter of an hour is just 15 minutes after converted. So if someone tells you that the event took a quarter of an hour, he's simply saying that the event took 15 minutes. So conversion helps simplify complex calculation or complex problems. And of course, I believe you agree with me that 15 minutes is simpler to understand than a quarter of an hour. So next, I'm going to give you some relations for conversion from other units to the SI unit. Now for length, 1 foot is equal to 12 inches and 12 inches is equal to 0.3048 meters. Next, 1 long cubit. 1 long cubit is equal to 0.5334 meter. Next is 1 yard. 1 yard is equal to 0.9144 meter. Next is 1 mile. 1 mile is equal to 1,609 meters. Next is 1 nautical mile. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1,852 meters. And next is 1 light year. 1 light year, 9 quadrillion, 460 trillion, 730 billion meters. That's so much. And that is the reason why light years is used in space in measuring the distances between stars, distance of the star from the earth and so on, because they are positioned very far away, so they are measured in light years. And some stars are positioned millions of light years from the earth, so you can imagine millions of quadrillions of meters. That's so much, massive number. So those are the different units of measuring length, distances, and so on, as well as how to convert from one unit to another in length. Next, we're going to look at the different units of mass and how to convert from one unit of mass to the other. And first on the list, we have 1 ounce. 1 ounce is equal to 0.0283 kilograms. Next is 1 pound. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces, and that is equivalent to 0.4536 kilograms. Next is 1 stone. Although the measurement of mass in stone is not so common, but it was once in use. And 1 stone is equal to 6.3503 kilograms. Next is 1 ton. And 1 ton is equal to 1,000 kilograms. So those are the relations for converting between units of mass. Next, we're going to look at the unit of time and how to convert from one unit of time to the other. First, we have that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, and 1 hour is equal to 3,600 seconds. Remember, we're looking at how to convert from these units to the SI unit, essentially. Next, 1 day. And 1 day is equal to 86,400 seconds. Next is 1 week. And in 1 week, we have 604,800 seconds. And next is 1 month. In 1 month, we have 2,628,000 seconds. So next is 1 year. And in 1 year, we have 31,536,000 seconds. And the last quantity I like to look at is temperature. Temperature is measured in Celsius, in Fahrenheit, and in Kelvin. And you can convert from one of these units to the other. So if you have a temperature measured in degrees Celsius, let's say 15 degrees Celsius, and you want to convert it to Kelvin, just add 273.15 to that measurement in Celsius, and it will give you the value in Kelvin. How do you convert from Fahrenheit to Kelvin? To convert from Fahrenheit to Kelvin, you convert the measurement in Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius, and then from degrees Celsius, you already know how to do that to Kelvin. And how do you convert from degree Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius? By subtracting 32 from the measured value in degree Fahrenheit and multiplying it by 5 and dividing by 9. Whatever measurement you have in Fahrenheit, if you want to convert it to degrees Celsius, subtract 32 from that measurement, multiply the result by 5 and divide by 9. That will give you the value in degrees Celsius. And to have your value in Kelvin, which is the SI unit, just add 273.15 to the value already converted, and that will give you your value in Kelvin. Now I want to give you a bonus on the unit of power. You understand from when we're dealing with derived quantity that power is an example of derived quantity and power is measured in watts. But most industries use horsepower to actually determine the unit of power. So sometimes you may be required to convert from horsepower to watt. So what is the relation between horsepower and watts? Now, 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watts. So 1 horsepower contains 746 watts, and this can help you in converting from horsepower to watts or from watts to horsepower as units of power. And you may want to know what is the relation between barrel and liters. Barrel is used in measuring volume, just the same way liters is also used in measuring volume. So to convert from barrel to liter or liter to barrel, this relation may be very important and handy. 1 barrel is equal to 120 liters. Now let's look at some examples. Now we have a question here that's asking us to convert 20 miles into meters. So let's take for instance the distance between this place and the next town from here, where there is a big market, is actually 20 miles from here. And somebody is asking, okay, I know meters because I know how long a meter is. So how many meters is actually 20 miles? Alright, so how do you convert it? Remember, we said that 1 mile is equal to 1,609 meters. So if 1 mile is equal to 1,609 meters, then 20 miles is equal to 20 times 1,609 meters. So if 1 mile is equal to 1,609 meters, then 20 miles will be equal to 20 times 1,609 meters. And what would that give you? Multiply this by 20, you have 1,609 multiplied by 20. 0 times 9 will give you 0, 0 times 0 will give you 0, 0 times 6 will give you 0, 0 times 1 will give you 0. Then 2 times 9 will give you 18, carry 1. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1. 2 times 6 is 12, write 2, carry 1. And 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1, 3. So bring down 0, bring down 8, bring down 1, bring down 2, and bring down 3. Therefore, our answer is equal to 32180 meters. Alright, so clearly from here, it means that 20 miles is equal to 32,180 meters. Very simple. So that's how you convert from miles to meter. You can actually convert from meter to mile. If the question is given to you to convert from meters to miles, just divide by this value. So if you are converting from miles to meters, you multiply by this value. So that's how it works. Now let's look at another example. So here the question says, how many seconds is 5 hours? How many seconds is 5 hours? So how do you treat a problem like this? Solution. I already told you that 1 hour has 3,600 seconds. So it means 1 hour is equal to 3,600 seconds. So how many seconds will now be in 5 hours? So 5 hours, of course, we now have 5 times 3,600 seconds. That's 5 times. This 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. Then it means 5 hours we have 5 times of 3,600 seconds. That is what it means. Okay, so how do you do this? Now let's multiply. We have 3600 multiplied by 5. 5 times 0 will give you 0, 5 times 0 will give you 0, 5 times 6 will give you 30, write 0, carry 3, 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 will give you 18. So that is 18,000. So it means that 5 hours has 18,000 seconds. Very simple. So we just successfully convert from hours to seconds. So what you call 5 hours is actually 18,000 seconds. 18,000 seconds is the same as 5 hours. So if you want to convert 18,000 seconds, for instance, to hour, all you need to do is divide by 3,600, and that will give you your answer in seconds. Now, the temperature of a body was found to be 98 degrees Fahrenheit, and someone is asking, what is this in degrees Celsius? Because I understand temperature in degrees Celsius. So what is the equivalent of this Fahrenheit degrees Celsius? How do you convert from Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius? Like I told you earlier, what you need to do is subtract 32 from 98. Why are you subtracting 32? Because 32 is the melting point in Fahrenheit. So 8 minus 2 will give you 6. 9 minus 3 will give you 6. So that will give you 66. And next, you multiply your value by 5. So have 66 times 5. Then divide by 9. Alright, so let's do that very quickly. 66 times 5. 5 times 6 will give you 30. Write 0. Carry 3. 5 times 6, 30 plus 3, 33. So it means that 66 times 5 will give you 330. Alright, now let's divide that by 9. So 330 divided by 9, that will give you 3 times. And 3 times 9 will give you 27. 33 minus 27 will give you 60. Bring down 0. 9 into 6 cannot. So 9 into 60 will go 6 times. So that 6 times 9 will give you 54. And subtract, that will give you 6. So 9 into 6, you cannot go, so you add your decimal point. Then 9 into 60 will give you 6 again. Then remainder. So It means your answer will give you 6666, which is approximately 667. All right. So it means that therefore that 98 in degree Fahrenheit is the same thing as 36.67 in degrees Celsius. And in case you're expected to express this in Kelvin, all you need to do is add this value now to 273.15, and that will give you a value in Kelvin. Very simple. Now let's have a test of knowledge. Number one, what is unit conversion? Number two, how many inches makes 2 feet? Number three, what is the equivalent of 30 minutes in seconds? Do share your responses with me in the comment section. Now an assignment for you. What is the difference between mass and weight, and how are they measured in the SI unit? I hope you had a great learning experience. Show your support by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. In my next video, I'm going to be sharing on multiples and submultiples of units, as it will help you to understand conversion of units even better. Thank you for watching.